Israel is back at war. Is this just? Should it continue to deal with Hamas to try to get the hostages back? Should they go in with full firepower? What is the right way to go? Well, let's hear from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And on the flip side, I'll share some thoughts.
Hamas is responsible for this war. It invaded our towns, murdered our people, raped our women, and kidnapped our loved ones. Hamas refused offer after offer to release our hostages. In the past 2 weeks, Israel did not initiate any military action in the hope that Hamas would change course. Well, that didn't happen. While Israel accepted the offer of President Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, Hamas flatly refused to do so. And this is why I authorized yesterday the renewal of military action against Hamas. Israel does not target Palestinian civilians. We target Hamas terrorists. And when these terrorists embed themselves in civilian areas, when they use civilians as human shields, they're the ones who are responsible for all unintended casualties. Palestinian civilians should avoid any contact with Hamas terrorists. And I call on the people of Gaza, get out of harm's way, move to safer areas. Because every civilian casualty is a tragedy. And every civilian casualty is the fault of Hamas. I thank President Trump for his unwavering support for Israel. Our alliance with the United States has never been stronger. To those who criticize Israel, I ask, what would you do if terrorists murdered and kidnapped your children? You would do what we are doing. In the face of pure evil, free societies have no choice but to fight. So I want to assure all our friends around the world, Israel will fight and Israel will win. We will bring our people home and we will destroy Hamas. We will not relent until we achieve all these vital goals. And we will not rest until we give our country a future of peace, prosperity, and hope.
And not just peace, prosperity, and hope, but to be a light unto the nations of the world. Because that's ultimately what we're to be, is to bring the light of hope, the light of faith and trust in God Almighty, and to fulfill the mandate that we are all created in order to do what God needs from us to change this world for good. We have to uproot the evil so that way we can nurture the good. As long as you have weeds in the grass, the weeds will grow and multiply if you don't eliminate them. We need to eliminate the weeds in order that the healthy grass will grow, that a healthy world will grow. And yes, it's true, Hamas is totally responsible. They are the weeds that need to be eliminated. But of course, grass around the weeds can't move about, but the people could. They could leave from the weeds that are their destruction, move away from them. There's even talk about them leaving Gaza to a better place. Let's see if they'll take that up once, the dust settles. Two other points that I think that are important is just we have to thank the President of the United States, Donald Trump, for his support. Absolutely important. But the most important thing is the support of the Jewish people, that we come together as one in the name of God. That God is our ultimate support. And that we say, thank God for the open miracles. It's time that the Prime Minister recognizes the open miracles that are happening. Yes, there's death around, but death around doesn't mean the miracles are not abound. Such great miracles, and need to be acknowledged, thanked for, and that would do so much for the Jewish people and our cause. And we will win in Mirz Hashem with God's help, which is so key that we bring that into the conversation. Sometimes it's difficult for people because, yeah, not everybody's so strong in their belief. Some people don't say they don't even believe, but that's what the Jewish people are, and that's what we brought to the world. It's not just there is a God, and not just belief in God, but God is a personal God that cares about me and wants me to be the best godly person that I could be. So it's so important that that should be part of the conversation. That should be part of the statements that the statesmen make, and in particular the Prime Minister of Israel, thanking God, bringing God's blessing and invoking God in the victory that will be for the Jewish people and the Jewish nation. Really important. I hope this message gets across.